Ladies and gentlemen, boys all over the world and girls all over the world, my name is Brandon. I am with the Rags to Riches community. In fact, I am the CEO, I'm the CFO, COO, and the Supreme Ayatollah. You guys are here with me today because you have nothing better to do. As always, let's check chat here. Erwin, doing it, getting it done. Ninja Chopsticks in the house. Squidlord, least favorite stream, but I suppose I shall listen. Yup, K. The odiferous passing of gases here. BRB grabbing some sugar water purple. I make good on my promises, ladies and gentlemen. Got some sugar water purple here. And actually, it's branched chain amino acids. It's not really Kool-Aid. I stopped that diabetic nightmare a long time ago. Balliot Brandon in the house. Look at old Balliot. What's up, Balliot? Well, there you have it, too. Late. What a surprise. Dude, I can't do this right. Would you rather me not have my sugar water purple and instead force me to perform for you, to give you the news? I can't do that properly. That's just not the right thing to do. Hex on Air in the chat. Hex on Air says, okay, volume max and intro. Does that intro pump y'all up like it pumps me up, man? I get pumped up. I'm telling you, you ever see those guys on stage and they're like shredding a guitar solo and they're just kind of like going up and down the scale and you can see that they're going, wow. Dude, I'm doing that in the green room. I promise you I'm doing that. Promise. Red Squirrel doing red squirrel things. Oi, oi. Brother Rags, man, life is great. Just buying the dip. Let's check it out. Let's see what's happening here. But first, you guys know what has to happen. Got to do a little introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Do not like or comment on any of my videos, and please do not subscribe.
So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a quick look at the Hex chart. All right. Yesterday, we said that we could be forming this little channel here. Hex might fall off, but it's okay. We said we could wick down and pop back up. We currently have popped back up, but the question of the day remains, are we going to stay in this channel? Do you think that we're going to stay in this channel? In my estimation, we're sitting at about 12 cents right now. Could we fall down further? We could fall down further. We've got the new candle being created here in about 3 hours and 38 minutes. I'd like to see us go back up further. I think we are, as we inch closer and closer to launch date. Some of you are saying August time frame for launch, July time frame for launch. I said it from the start. Let's check it out here. Let's just take the man at his word. I thought it might have been April, personally. You guys remember that. I said, hey, let's try April. Wasn't April, but the man himself, he said multiple occasions, right around the middle of May 24th, possibly before. It's pretty exciting times, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see if we can hold this here in about 2 hours and 37 minutes. If we do pop back up, I can expect us to probably punch through the 20-cent mark, and maybe we get up to about 23 cents. And especially when we find out when this fork is going to be easily above 20 cents. Hopefully much, 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 much more. We'll just see. We'll see how things happen here. But the cool thing is the entire crypto market at large is going to see us pumping pretty hard. So that's exciting. That's exciting, folks. Let's check and see here. Let's check and see how chat's doing. Chat, what do you guys think, man? When are we going to launch this damn thing? Let's check chat here. Let's see what's up. What's up, y'all? 369. What's up, Rags? What's up? Crypto Compassion in the house. Oscar in the house. Hexacat in the house. Peace and abundance of good to everyone. I like that message. You guys like that message? I like that message. All right, you got the blues for R2R. You got to be careful now. I know. I know how this ends, and it's not pretty. I'm a heartbreaker. You guys got to be careful now. Oi, oi. All right, cool. Purple drink. Yeah, we sipping that purple drink, man. We sipping that lean. Luna wrecked me. Did Luna wreck you, or did you wreck yourself? What do you think, chat? Did Luna wreck that person, or did that person wreck themselves here? We was Kangs. Boss man, Rusky. What's up, Rusky? You know, Terra Luna equals Terra non-Muna. Man, dang. You got that Terra burn. You guys know about that Terra burn. Everybody gets Terra burned. Everybody gets Terra burned here. Let's take a look at Terra for that matter. Luna. Woo! Dang, down to 43 cents. Let me tell you something. This thing wicked down to about wicked down to less than like three thousandths of a penny, 300ths of a penny rather. Wow, 300ths of a penny. It wicked all the way to 99.99% loss. In fact, let me check this. Yeah, at a certain point it just stops. It doesn't even go like negative 101%. Does not happen. Very interesting here, folks. If you're holding Luna, I know there's a lot of people out there right now that are saying, hey, Brandon, you should buy a bag of Luna. I'm not damn buying a bag of Luna. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I got in and I got out of Luna a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. I don't even remember. I got in and out of that. And it made me a lot of money. But I'm not gonna play this game. I'm not interested in losing that. Not interested. Some of you guys are. Some of you guys love it. Man, what happened today? Right? Crypto.com delisted Luna, just like we said was going to happen yesterday. Binance delisted Luna, just like we said was going to happen yesterday. There's going to be more chips that fall. I think there's some wrapped Luna on the Ethereum network. I think so. But hey, we also said that we could possibly see an attack on USDT. Let's pull up the USDT chart. Wow, would you look at that? Very interesting. USDT typically at 99.99 cents here. USD fell all the way down to about 94 cents overnight, wicked all the way down. And still, it hasn't completely recovered. Finding this very, very interesting. Now, USDT is different, all right? And then it's not an algorithmic stablecoin. There is actually collateral that it's backed by. Now, I'm not sure how much they have. I think it's something like 30 or 60 billion dollars worth, apparently. So they're still letting people redeem $1 per USDT, even though USDT is less right now. Very, very interesting here. We've seen some pretty big fluctuations. In the middle of the night, Asia time, man, something got weird. So we're going to keep monitoring this situation here. Let's check Bitcoin. Now, these are the, let's see here. These are the Bitcoin shorts. Bitcoin shorts continue to pile up. Bitcoin shorts continue to pile up. All right. So we're going to see. We're going to check this out. Now, this is off of Bitfinex, right? Apparently, the market thinks that it's going lower, lower, and lower. Very, very interesting here. Where's Bitcoin sitting right now? What do we have? Well, interesting that we should show this here. Still, this $30,000 level is actually being defended still. Now, we're going to turn on the volume chart here. Let's check this out. Very interesting here. So we do have a nice little doji forming. And a lot of times when you see this long wick down and you see a high volume here, higher volume than you've seen like in the past 6 months to a year, normally that indicates some type of capitulation. So the question here becomes, are we going to see some sort of bounce here? If we do see a bounce, I'd expect that we probably bounce about 30 to 40%, maybe even up to 50% before we fall back lower, or maybe it didn't even go that far down. I just do know this. I do know that the Fed is telling us that they're going to hike rates again, probably like 4 or 5 more times before all is said and done. So the market at large is reacting to this, and thus Bitcoin is reacting to this. So we'll see. Interesting thing here. If we do fall off, the map here, the next major level that we're going to see is probably about 20,000. Underneath that, we're looking at about 13,000. Now, I made a tweet this morning. We're talking about Mt. Gox here. Mt. Gox, that settlement goes through and those coins get distributed late this year. Could be a thing where you have a perfect storm. You've got the Mt. Gox folks getting completely creamed. They're creaming the market. They're gonna market sell. They're gonna tank everything. And then the other instance you have is old Michael Saylor. What if Michael Saylor gets liquidated right around 21,000? I doubt he will. I doubt he will. But in terms of perfect storm, if those two things happen, we're down to 10 to 12,000. We might wick down to 10 to 12,000. All right. So let's check chat here. Let's see what chat's saying. We got 98 people, unfortunately, listening to me right now when you could be doing more productive things. Happy that I sold Luna a long time ago. AJ, Rip City Hex. What's up, AJ? LFG, yeah. Hex rules. Let's go. Let's go. Back at it again. Optimal timeline. In and out every single time. Outstanding. I bought the effing dip. Well, I think that might be smart. On the intro, put a new graphic. Relationship advice. Bro. Listen, guys. If you want to go down that road, just ask me some questions in chat. I can help you. I can help you simps here in chat. It's all good, bro. Hey, AJ, or in the house. Pulsating Hexgasm. Hex price literally doubled every month until my pleb ass bought. I feel wrecked. Tired of being down on my investment, but keeping hope alive. We're going to go over these things today. We're going to go over this. We're going to talk to you about that. I'm going to actually express some frustrations that I have about all this, right? Finally get to listen to you live on air, driving crazy hours, and only get to see your replays. Crypto Trucker in the house. Thanks for doing God's work. Outstanding. Love all your streams, Rags. Hex Siren, I'm sorry you had to say that out loud. Nate, Pulsey says December. Nate, don't get me twisted. Don't get me all started up here. All right, so here's the situation, folks. Let's just talk real quick. And we're going to talk very plainly. We're going to talk plainly, right? I'm going to bring up my little list here. The world is not over. The world is not burning. You are battling yourself and no one else right now. All right? You are battling yourself and no one else. Right? Did Luna wreck you? No, you wrecked yourself. You wrecked yourself because you put way too much money in one asset. You wrecked yourself because you tried to time the market. And you're only going to win so many times. You don't know how to use stop losses. You don't know how to decrease your risk. You don't know how to stop yourself out. You're fighting against yourself. You're playing against yourself here. And you guys have got to understand that. I said this earlier on my porch stream. If you guys haven't checked it out, I got a porch stream every morning. You get to just freaking ask me questions. And then like yesterday, I taught everybody how to terminate an RJ45 Ethernet cable. Dude, we cut it open, twisted pairs, we twisted them out, we put them together right, we crimped it. Dude, we do all sorts of fun stuff. We see crazy fools running through my neighborhood, and I get that on camera. You guys could see that. Very strange noises coming out of that man. So here's the thing, folks. The more entrenched that I get in this community, the more followers that I get, I find myself actually getting frustrated. And I got to stay strong. Got to stay strong in the mind here because it's an illusion. Me being frustrated is actually an illusion. The problem here is the volume of the same types of issues that I receive. It's the volume. It's not the people's fault. It's just the amount of people that are saying the same thing. And people are always asking me about whether or not they should get involved in these projects right now in the bear market. Should I buy a bag of this? Should I buy a bag of that? That's what everybody's asking me, right? So in the old Ginger's mind here, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, people don't understand that they don't get the option. They don't get the opportunity to invest in a brand new, very well capitalized layer one solution. It just does not come around that often. It's not something that comes around, folks. You got to understand that. So when I have people asking me, should they invest in this and invest in that? I'm like, guys, like, do you not see the opportunity? And people don't see the opportunity. And I've got to maintain that sense I just have to be patient with people, and I understand that. But I got to tell you something. Think long and hard about the poop coin that you're going to invest in that absolutely has no community or has no use case, and you're just hoping for a quick buck. And you're saying, oh, it's only $500. It's not a big deal. The average return for layer ones in like 3 years, is, you know what that is, guys? It's like 1500x, right? So that $500 that you put in, 500 times 1500, $750,000. You're going to be happy with pulling $2,000 out of that shitcoin. That's where my mind's going right now. And I've got the data and I've got the statistics because I make videos on it and I've talked to people and all that. And this is like literally my full-time job right now. So I've got to be patient. And you guys keep me patient. And it's okay to ask me questions. But I just need to let you know what's going through my head. And I want to let you know that, again, this is like opportunity of lifetime type stuff here. This is what this is, quite literally. And I hate to be a moon boy, guys, but it's an opportunity of a lifetime. If you've got money, you're going to be able to get involved in this. You're going to be able to get involved in Pulsechain. You got Hex. You're going to be able to get involved in the wallet project that Richard's building. You're going to be able to get involved in the NFT project that Richard's going to build. He mentioned something about possibly forking OpenSea or having some derivative thereof. So, guys, as long as you don't screw things up, as long as you don't nuke your account, you can win. Everybody can win. Everybody can win. All right? The amount that you win is going to be determined by how much patience and discipline that you have and how much faith that you have that your system that you're sticking to is going to produce results in the long run, right? Let's check chat here, and then we're going to actually get into some common questions that I received that I'm sure that a bunch of you have thought about. Let's check here. Finally get to the app. Yeah, we saw that. Cool. Loving life with this anticipation. Let's go. Excitement is building, ladies and gentlemen. This is great news. Everything here is just playing out perfectly, in my opinion. Top to bottom, playing out perfectly. Hexagon's unaffected. Crypto Frontier, your last stream, you need a new crumper that cut off the wires. The nylon string is for slicing the cladding. Thank you for that info. And actually, we're using that cable right now to stream with. It freaking worked, ladies and gentlemen. We did it on stream yesterday. Now we got it implemented. I am directly connected. So hopefully we're not going to have all these drop packets in the middle of my stream. Get Briz in here. He knows launch date probably. Man, Briz, man. Man, Briz only comes around when it's convenient for Briz. Briz, go get a life, Briz. Go get a life. Come on over, Team Win. Absolutely. Bobby Hexelrod. That's a malicious wick. Luna got their battleship sunk. 8F. Luna has 45 billion coins in circulation now. And why? It's because in their governance docs, they allow the inflation of their coin. They allow it. It's like the Federal Reserve of cryptocurrencies. But don't get it twisted. Luna's not the only one. That's how cryptocurrency works. That's what we're trying to steer away from. That's what we're trying to steer away from in the Western world, in the United States. You can't debase a currency like this. Well, they can and they do. And they've done it for hundreds and thousands of years. It's nothing new. You can debase a currency and you can help the elites get rich. You can help the businesses get rich. You can help the politicians and the senators and the people who have power and influence get rich. And then once there's no more to squeeze out of it, which, mind you, is probably why people are so upset about Twitter, a lot of these creditors and a lot of these hedge funds, because they can't squeeze Twitter for all it's worth before it gets destroyed. It's going private now. They can't squeeze the currency for all it's worth now. Well, they can. And what they're actually going to do, they're going to switch over currencies. We're going to that digital damn dollar. You guys don't believe me, watch. And it's going to happen quick. And there are coordinated attacks happening on stablecoins because people understand that stablecoins, although it won't stop decentralized finance, it will hinder decentralized finance until some more innovations pop up. Please smack your lips louder after sips. I'm oh my gosh. Nope, not doing that. Back to D. Hi. Look at that dude's profile picture, man. I mean, what the hell is that? I'm so confused. Hola, amigo. What do you think would be the reaction if Pulse is not released in May? I think people, I honestly think people assume that it won't be released in May. So I don't think it's going to be really that bad of or violent of a reaction at large. Get those T shares while you still can. Big money in BTC actually gets defended properly. Don't ask me to hit the like. Don't even try it. Never have. Never will. Brandon has a great inflection as a TA. Let's go, Brandon. Alpha O, plenty here. Thanks, brother. Wouldn't consider myself a TA guy. I think these are just basic skills that you need to have if you want to be involved in cryptocurrency. It's good to learn the basics. Room temperature purple water. Absolutely room temperature. It burns more calories. Larry Parmley, still a couple minutes behind, but I keep DCA into Hex. At too much money. I put 2K or 3K in 4 days ago at about 18 cents. I don't think we would go this low again. My initial, yeah, it's okay. You're lowering your average. It's not a big deal. So let's get into this now. Let's kind of talk about this, right? Let's talk about some common questions that I receive. And I also want to talk about, let's talk about what to do in a bear market. And I'm going to go to this article that I had pulled up. And this kind of goes over pretty much everything that I say all the time anyway. So, and it's just going to be a little bit nicer. So what we always, here's the thing. I know that there's people in this chat that they are not going to be all in on Hex and Pulsechain and Pulsechain and all that. And I get that. I understand that. You know, from a broad perspective, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have 50% Pulsechain, 25% Pulsechain and Hex, 25% everything else. That's how I'm going to allocate. And then depending on how risky it is, depending on how big the community is or how small the community is, I'll allocate portions. So meme coins, maybe I see something cool, maybe it'll run. I'll put a small amount of money, maybe 1% of my portfolio in a meme coin. 1% of my portfolio can turn into 50% of my portfolio if something hits, right? And then it also kind of just makes me like, okay, it gets it out of my system. Okay, I got some money there, I can move on, and I don't dwell on it because I am eccentric and I've got to slow myself down sometimes when I make a snap judgment. I got to let it sit for a couple days or a couple weeks to see if I'm really, really interested in it. So beyond all that, I know what's going to happen here. You guys are going to get involved in projects. Everything's going to be a fire sale, right? It's all too easy to be on the wrong side of crypto when markets turn very, very volatile. But doesn't mean you have to sit there and watch your portfolio plummet by the hour. And basically the idea here is you want to try to dollar cost average, right? Guys, we've heard it over and over and over and again. And there might be some of you in the chat who just don't understand what it is. The idea is as the price is falling, if and when price returns back to their previous highs, the dip buyers, the people who bought the dip, the people who got the 95% off sale, the fire sale, they're going to bank a really nice profit. And basically, you guys have heard this before. Warren Buffett says, when there's blood on the streets, you buy. When there's blood on the streets, you buy. I don't think there's any doubt in chat right now that we've got some blood on the streets, right? Blood on the streets, right? So while buying the dip can be done in a single trade, the most recommended strategy is to implement dollar cost averaging. This involves breaking up your reserve funds. So you've got a stack of cash, right? Just sold a car or you put money back every month for this. You're going to divide breaking up your reserve funds into smaller purchases and making several trades over time. All right. So for example, let's say you have $1,000 in you got $1,000 to invest. So what are you going to do here? A good DCA strategy would be to break up the amount into 5 deposits or 5 purchases of $200 or even 10 purchases of $100 and place those trades, right? And you could do that over the course of 3 months. You could do that, of course, over a month. You could do it every 2 days, 3 days. But the point is, find a plan and stick to it. If you have the ability to put money in once a week, put money in once a week, regardless of where price is. So that's essentially one strategy. So there's another part here that I want to bring up. All right. And I'm going to check for let's check for comprehension and learning in chat. I look at you guys, I get feedback from you guys just to make sure. Bobby Hexelride says Luna is proof positive that fractional reserve banking does not work. Amen to that. Amen to that, Bobby. Rags Ritz's home improvement hour. Love it. Keep it up. We're going to keep it up. Rusty, hey gang. I'm up 20x on Luna LFG. Well, you better figure out if you can cash out soon because these Luna off ramps are closing down quick. Take us to the moon. Outstanding. Beaks, where is Mr. Beaks? All right. Cool. Jay, everything in the house. Oh, and Binance didn't at least delist Luna. They took away futures leverage trading because the shorts are killing it. Now it can actually go up. Right. That's good to know. Stake and chill, D money, Jay, everything, $100 every payday. Good, good, good. So here's another strategy that you guys can use in order to dollar cost average, right? So you can go to tradingview.com, create an account, and don't worry about all these fancy lines and things. Here's what you want to worry about. I'm going to actually take off the volume. We have a nice clean chart. And what we're going to do, we are going to add, let's add RSI. So if you're a little bit more advanced, if you want to be a little bit more picky about your entry points, this here at the bottom, and I will actually pull this up. This is an RSI. This is what a relative strength indicator. I think that's what it stands for, right? Make sure RSI, yeah, relative strength index. So this shows you overbought and oversold portions of the market. One little strategy that a lot of people like is when you get down to the oversold portions. So if I just take a little circle here, this is oversold. This is oversold. It goes below this 30 level here. Oversold, oversold, oversold. One strategy that you can use to try to maximize your profits, and you can just make purchases when the RSI goes into the oversold areas. That's one method, right? And if we actually, let's zoom out here and let's see what type of returns we might have received if we had used this strategy. Well, shoot. There we go. So let me go ahead and decrease this down. Let me go ahead and stretch this out. So interesting here. So as you can tell, if we look at the actual price chart in conjunction with where we made these circles, you'll notice that the RSI, for the most part, mimics price action. Sometimes you do have divergences where the RSI is down, but price action is going up. And that can be kind of an indicator that you're going to have a future drop. But for the most part, this could be a good way to do it. You would buy here. If you had bought here, on your money at this point, you would have made probably about 1,000% if you just bought here back in 2019, for example, right? Another point, you could have bought here. You could have bought here. Again, these are dips in the market. So you could use the RSI strategy to kind of filter down and be a little bit more picky instead of just buying when instead of just buying on a regular basis. Now, the power of buying and not having to think about it is exactly that. You don't have to think about it. You just get in the market, which is the same thing you do with traditional investing vehicles from your company, your 401ks, your IRAs. It's just set it and forget it. And you're buying and you're buying. That's what happens. So there's power in that. And I like that for most people. Most people, though, some people, though, they don't like that lack of control. So this might be a way for you to do this a little bit differently here. Let's check here. What's up, Hexkins? Take a chill. We talked about that. I was just trolling Sammy Four Flies, and people are still buying and thinking Luna will make a comeback. Listen, I'm not I'm not saying that Luna can't make a comeback. I just don't like the risk to reward ratio right now. That's just me. Again, not financial advice, financial opinion. And I told you guys this. I said there's going to be people who make a lot of money short in Luna, or there's going to be people making a lot of money going long on Luna. Like, we know that. But I'm just not willing to do it. I don't want to play that game. I don't have time. I don't have time to invest emotionally into the market like that. That's why I like this way. And here's the other thing. The other reason I like it is because I've actually done this. There's nothing that I've ever told you guys that I have not actually done myself. That's actually very important for me. Okay. Everything that I think everything that I've ever told you to do, I've done myself. And if I haven't done it, I'll let you know if I haven't. But it will take about $1 trillion to get Luna to 50 cents. The only difficulty DCA into Hex is gas, and it's hard to do small amounts unless it's 4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday in Alabama. Here's the thing. All right, so if we go back here, if we look at the chart behind me here, if you use the RSI version, I want you to notice this. Let's look at the time in between when the RSI was oversold in each instance. This was 400 days. So the neat thing about this is you can take all the money that you have in reserves, all the money that you've actually purchased up. If you want to go on a weekly time frame, you can choose weekly. If you want to go on a daily time frame, the RSIs are going to be different on daily, weekly, etc. So it just depends on what you want to do. But if you're on a weekly, you got 460 days, you can do a major buy here. And then you can pile up, and wait for the RSI to come down again. And you can kind of get an idea of when that's going to happen, and you can plan accordingly, because the RSI is just like any other top. We've got areas of support and we got areas of resistance. Okay. So we kind of have an idea of what direction things are going. It has momentum. So to tie this all back, the only difficulty, so if you pile up your money and you do one buy instead of multiple buys, you're not going to get chopped up with DCAing on Ethereum side as much. But very important to know this, Pulsechain is going to be different. You can use this same strategy and you can DCA into Pulsechain. I will say this though, I think it's probably more important that you just do regular buys with Pulsechain, because the initial ROI for Pulsechain is just going to be astronomical. And in this strategy, I don't think works as well. I think you should try to get in as frequently as possible with Pulsechain. Frequently as possible. Get as much capital as you can before it absolutely takes off. And it might take off right away. You just never know. 10 Top Tap Troll. Howdy, Brandon Hex Spaniels. It's great getting you live. Gas fees were crazy yesterday, and that's what that's what Pulsechain is here to save us from. If this is your first true bear market, this should excite the hell out of you. If this is your first true bear market, this should be exciting. You are going to have the opportunity to build your bags. You're going to have the opportunity to be patient. You're going to have the opportunity not to have to worry about these extreme price fluctuations up and down. You're just getting rich in slow motion here. Just like Crypto Heartbeat says, you're getting rich in slow motion. So be very excited about this opportunity. Here's the other thing. You got to understand that these black swan events like Bitcoin falling off and then these huge interest rate hikes and Terra Luna kind of screwing everybody up. This isn't the first time these things have happened in crypto, and we've always seemed to bounce back, right? We've got Mt. Gox. That was in 2014. We've got USDT. You had a brief depeg in 2015. You had BitConnect in 2016. These are all things that really, really hurt the market. You've got the DAO hack in 2016. You've got the Bitfinex hack 2017. You've got the Binance hack in 2019. You've got the wormhole here in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, it's nothing new. You got to understand that. It bounces back. This is the best time. Retrain your brain, switch things up, figure it out. This is good. This is the best time. Your money's going to get stretched so far. It's going to get stretched so far. Crypto heartbeat in the house. What's up? David Lee says, watching this like the history it is, and it repeats. History does repeat, ladies and gentlemen. We do know this. Wealth is made in a bear market. Be excited. Be freaking excited. PVM Crypto facts. Bear markets are where the future champions are created. Amen to that. Freaking, these are where the champions are created. Think about all the people that you know that are involved in cryptocurrency. They're going to delete their Twitter. They're going to delete their Instagram. They're going to delete their TikTok. They're going to delete Telegram. Then they're not going to come back until one of their friends says, oh, the market's heating up again. And they missed 12 months or 18 months of accumulation period at fire sale prices. They missed it. They missed it all. That hurts, man. That really, really hurts. It's not a good thing. What do you guys think about that in chat? Are we off here? Or does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? Makes a lot of sense to me. That's for daggone sure. I'm over here doing a little bit of mental math. So let's check and see here. What else do we have on the agenda? I wanted to keep this a little short. Here's some questions. So what do we do in the bear market? We already addressed that. What we're going to do in the bear market here, we're going to dollar cost average. And it doesn't matter if you're in Bitcoin. It doesn't matter if you're in Ethereum. Hopefully, you guys understand the importance and the opportunity that you have with Pulsechain. Hopefully, if you don't, okay, whatever. I'm not going to be that guy. I understand. I'm not going to call you stupid. I've been there before. Just dollar cost average into whatever projects that you want. All right? Especially in the bear market. Very important. What if you didn't get the sacrifice for Pulsechain? What are you going to do? Here's another question. If you didn't sacrifice for Pulsechain, you got a couple things that you can do. You can wait until Pulsechain launches. You can take Ethereum, all right? And this is after Pulsechain launches and after the bridge and everything's up and running. You can take Ethereum. You can bridge in your Ethereum, which basically means you just interact with the smart contract. It locks up your Ethereum, and then it issues you PETH. All right, Pulse ETH. And that will probably have the same value as Ethereum, and you'll be able to swap that for Pulse on Pulsex. Okay, that's the decentralized exchange. That's one way to do it. You can get your Pulse chain that way. The other way to do it, if you got cash now and you kind of want to avoid those fees, one thing that you could do, you could buy a big bag of Hex, and you could get the copy. It will copy over. And once you get that copy, you can interact with Pulse chain as well. And you can swap, right? So you swap your P-Hex for Hex, assuming that the prices are going to be the same on E-Hex and P-Hex side. It should be okay. The other option you have, you could even go to freepulse.io. You can get some free Pulse. You just roll the dice every hour, get free Pulse in your wallet. That's another way to get Pulse. A lot of people don't know about that. If you guys have questions about that, I have a video. It's called the free Pulse video. You guys can see that. I did that about 3 months ago. All right. What if you didn't sacrifice for Pulsex? So if you didn't sacrifice for Pulsex, there's a couple kind of cool things that you guys can do here. All right. You can do some sort of liquidity providing. If you do liquidity providing, you get a portion of the fees, right? So you can take a pair. Let's say you have Hex. You take your Hex, your E-Hex. You're going to get a copy. You're going to get your Pulse Hex. And then you can kind of bring those copies together in a liquidity pool, and you're going to be able to have the opportunity to earn some fees, get some money. You can buy up some Pulsex if you need to. You can earn fees on that as well. The other thing that you could do, you can do single-sided staking if you wanted some Pulsex. So you could take your Pulsex, and there's a function that incentivizes new projects on Pulsechain to add some liquidity to Pulsex to divvy out to people. All right. It's single-sided staking. So if you purchase your Pulsex, you can actually single-sided stake it. You can get a token that's provided by one of these new projects, and you could sell it for more Pulsex. And of course, all the other ways that we talked about too, you're going to be able to take your Ethereum, you're going to be able to bridge it in, and then you can market buy Pulsex that way. If you didn't get anything, my recommendation is right now, start creating your reserve bag. Okay. Create your reserve bag. After Pulsechain launches, you're going to be able to bridge in your Ethereum for Pulsechain, and you can start creating your portfolio, whether that's a 50, 25, 25, or whether that's a 50, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. You can do it that way, whatever you want to do. But that's one way to do it as well. All right. If you don't have enough money to buy anything at all right now, what do? I will say this. If you want to make something happen, you're going to make something happen, right? So you look around in your life right now, you look at your bank account, and your bank account, there's nothing in there. And somebody sees that you got nothing in your bank account, right? And they say, "Hey man, you got nothing in your bank account." And you're like, "Yeah, I just, it's just been kind of rough lately, and I just haven't been this," and the excuses flow out, right? Ask yourself this: am I worth it to have a loaded bank account? Am I worth it? So what you're essentially telling yourself when you have a thin bank account is you might not be worth it. You might not be. It's the same thing with fitness. Same type of thing. Are you worth putting in the work? Are you worth that? You're telling yourself no when you don't, if you're out of shape and you're unhealthy. Now, of course, I know that there's marginal reasons that one person, this person, or that person can't accomplish this. And I know some of you guys are going to bring it up in the chat. Well, not everybody's like that. You guys know what I mean, all right? I just had to do that caveat. But you got to understand that if you need money, right now is the time to go get money. How can you do it? I did a video, talked about how you can go on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, no matter what city you're in. There's a free section. You can literally go pick up free furniture, right? You can sand it, you can paint it, you can resell it. Well, Brandon, I got to go pick that up, and it's not worth my time. All right. So what's the ROI on doing nothing? ROI on doing nothing is zero. So you go pick up a dresser, clean it up a little bit, put some spray paint on it, get some new knobs, resell that free dresser for $75, relist it. All right. Go freaking mow some lawns. Go do some Instacart. If you don't know what Instacart is, it pays freaking very well. Right? Just go do whatever you possibly can. You can go do DoorDash. You can go do Uber. You can work for this. You can work for that. You can just walk around and say, "Hey, I want to be a handyman." These are things that you can do because you're not going to have the opportunity. You got to take every chance you can right now to get this stuff done, guys. Upcycle, repurpose, bling it up. That's so true. It's so freaking true. There's so much that you can do, and you have the internet. So there's not much excuse these days. If you don't have money, there's not much excuse to not make money because you got an internet, you got a smartphone. It's very, very simple. All right. Here's another question I get. How can I get my family involved in all of this? I'm a big fan of using Hedron HSI. You can send this HSI to your family, send it to their wallet, and you do all the work for them. And as price goes up, they get to watch it and they get more and more excited. It's a very easy thing to do. Like the Hedron HSI to send. You have to buy Hex. You're interacting with Hex. You're pumping everybody's bags too. You can create a wallet, invest for them, give them the wallet, let them check it out. Keep the seed words in case they do something stupid and screw it up. All right. But that's another way to do it. Very, very important there. So, and here's the thing. Another pro tip. I get a question a lot about this. If you're following your portfolio on MetaMask, like you open up your phone and you see the dollar amount underneath, you might want to consider stop doing that. I would uninstall MetaMask from your phone, download an app like Delta. It's free. And you can actually just put in your transactions manually as you it's just a security thing. You're essentially saying, all right, I've got millions of dollars in my back pocket. Do you want that? When you have your MetaMask on your phone? No, you don't want that. Just use Delta. You can pop in anytime. Boom. Pop up delta, you're good to go. So, that was a lot. We talked about a lot there. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got going on. It says, might be a dumb question, Eloy Cruz, but I'm fairly new to crypto, only a year, Hex, my first year. Can you explain how the Pulsechain price will be determined at launch? Yeah, so it's all going to depend on the first bid. It's all going to depend on the first bid. We would like to think, based on our sacrifice values, that we're not going to fall under 0.0001. Okay. But the market is going to determine that. The market is going to determine the demand for the Pulsechain coin, for PLS. Pulsechain coin, yeah. So we'll see. In my estimation, if it follows suit with many other launches, we could see a really big pump, a 10x, 20x, 50x first day, followed by a sell-off, and then we take off from there. That could be what happens. I don't know. I'm going to try my best. I'm not even going to time it. I'm just going to put money in. I'm going to put money in and forget it, because you got to understand, once this thing's launched, it's the literal definition of infinity. It's going to live on. It's going to live on forever. So we're like, look at the beginning, very beginning. In the grand scheme of things, like, it's nothing. If you look at a clock and every single time that thing ticks, like, we're in the first one half of a tick before it even ticks. That's when we launch. There's nothing, right? All right, subscribe. Do not subscribe. I've warned you guys. Eventually, people aren't going to have a choice, because we are the truth. Richard Hart is the truth. We launch projects that work. We launch projects that have been tested. We launch projects that aren't going to wreck people. Luna didn't do that. Luna knew that they had a problem. Luna does not have immutable code. There's something psychologically that immutable code does to a developer, I'm sure, or a founder. It's like, hey, I only get one shot at this. There's a lot to be said about that. If you only get one shot at something, are you going to put more work into it? You can make it as perfect as possible, as you possibly can. Yeah, because it's people's money we're talking about here, folks. Come on now. Quantifiably correct. Oh, I've been holding my Hex for a long time and I'm sacked. This is just a fun side play since the market sucks. Yeah. Eloy, people are buying, selling determines the price of an asset. Yeah, whatever person A is willing to sell it for, and whatever person B is willing to buy it for. That's what we do. What if, and hear me out, I look at your bank account, it becomes my bank account. Negative, Ghost Rider. We ain't going down that road. If you're just holding liquid Hex, you're being diluted by the Hex takers. You are correct. That's one thing a lot of people don't understand. If you're just holding, you're getting diluted by 3.69% compared to the Hex stakers. It's not only are they getting the price appreciation of the token, they're also getting the inflation that's divvied out, and you are not. So that's a good point. That's why Hex is literally created for people to stake. You get more money. Very simple. All right. Hello, Brandon. Sandy Beach in the house. Davis says, yo, guys, we are 50 minutes in. That flew by. Felt like we had a lot of bad things to say. I felt like you guys got no value out of it. So I think we can chalk this up as a success. Davis says, always need money. I haven't had a bank account for 10 years or so. I see. You are part of the unbanked. Crypto Stylist says, if you really want it, you can manifest it. Yeah, if you dwell on it, it's going to happen. It might not happen in a month, might not happen in a year, might not happen in 5 years. But one day you're going to wake up and be like, damn, it's here. You're not even going to notice. It's a long path. You're right. It's a great time to earn extra money and get positioned as soon as possible. Another thing is, guys, if you have a skill set's inflation proof, right? Regardless of inflation, people are going to still need plumbers. Regardless of inflation, people still need carpenters. Regardless of inflation, people still need HVAC people. Regardless of inflation, people are still need painters. Regardless of inflation, people are going to still. You see what I'm saying? It's inflation proof. There's going to be a need for your services. All right. PLSX might dump initially with people buying PLS. PLSX might be the better buy. Again, and why you don't even need to worry about that, right? Just stick to the plan. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not financial advice. This is actually financial opinion. I barely graduated high school. I have encouraged you guys on multiple occasions not to listen to a damn word that I say. But know this. I'm going to leave you with this. There are going to be people, and I've said this every single stream for like the past 5 streams. There are going to be people that are actively searching to victimize people. They're going to take your money. They're going to try to take your money leading up to Pulsechain launch. Follow Richard Hart's Twitter very, very carefully. All right. Here's another thing. Even if you hear something come out of my mouth, even if you hear that, don't trust it. Verify it. Verify it with multiple sources. I could be wrong, and I'm not going to be responsible for you getting wrecked. You need to be responsible for you not getting wrecked. All right. And I play by that rule, and I encourage everybody to play that rule. Trust, but verify. Constantly. All right. Completion fails. Let's go, Brandon. Gas fees are stupid ridiculous right now. 172 people in chat. Nice little fluctuation here and there. Good to go. Crypto Heartbeat in the house. The man, the myth, the legend. Crypto Heartbeat, man. I owe a lot, man. I owe a lot to him. He gives that love, man. Crypto Heartbeat. Good dude. +1 in chat for Crypto Heartbeat, man. For sure. 100%. Guys, it's about that time. 53 minutes in. And we're going to go ahead and pop on out of here. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Hopefully you don't show up tomorrow as usual. Yeah, but without a trucker, no one gets nothing unless we bring it. You right about that. You guys are right about that. We're going to go ahead and cut out of here. Ginger out.